So we're going to begin the tour here in the yard. This is Yard C. The story behind it is that it used to be part of Southern's railroad line up here that used to service this part of Tennessee. It got abandoned and it went through several other small short lines until the creation of the Tennessee River Union Railroad, which is both co-owned by Norfolk Southern and CSX. So they basically share responsibilities and whatnot. So anyway, so here, what the concept is that down in here, I have not built yet, will be the staging yard. The trains will come in here, and they will switch out what cars they need to do, all that good stuff, and go out and work the several industries. We come down here, have this area is, I would say, 90% done. There's still a lot of details I want to do left on it, but this is basically Ryan Street, and yeah, it's based on a road that's in Houston where I was born, and the road just kind of stopped and curved right in front of the railroad tracks. But anyway, so we come to Lynn Avenue. Basically, I do have like gates, but they don't work. Maybe one day I'll teach myself how to wire up the crossings to make them actually work. But that's at this point in time beyond my scope of abilities. Here's where it gets kind of like not completed. This is going to be Lynn Plaza. I'm going to have to rebuild it. I had one. I won't get into it. I broke it. Don't ask. So here we have US 27. I still have a lot of details left to do. Signs. I have these two. I also have this one I haven't put in yet. Both the Shell station and the mile markers to Harriman and Grinder switch. And then eventually I'll get crossing gates and whatnot. It's a slow process. Again, I just got stuff all over the place. Here we come up to Kelly McCall Street and Kelly Emerson. This is going to be the downtown Port Josephine, but I've got nowhere near done. I do have Sarah's Garage sort of done. And I have a convenience store on the other side of the street of the Shell with so much detail I haven't gotten done. I have a post office, and I'm going to have a restaurant and a pool hall and whatnot. And there's going to be a whole bunch of buildings over there and whatever. Although here's two of my paintings that I was mentioning. These are both spoken for. That was a commission. And this is a gift. And don't mind the standards in the way. Anyway, so I have a little bit of street running here. I want, if I ever get this area done, I'm sure I will soon. It'll be pretty spiffy watching the trains come down through the middle of downtown Port Josephine. And the train will come over here. Here is one of my main industrial areas. We have in the back Paxton Marine, and basically make, as the sign says, wind scoops, compasses, bumpers, and other hardware. Named for my grandfather. He was a big sailor. He loved to sail boats, September song. He actually started a company called Paxton Marine to make wind scoops, but it never really took off. But in my world, it did. It became a big industry. Anyway, the other side here is Rowan Barcy Salvage. And there's the office for it. Then we come down here. I also have Pat's Fabrics and Textiles. That's in honor of my grandmother. Then we'll have Hopi natural gas and propane. Little store, nothing that big. This is Vicky Jean Avenue. Again, these don't work. I don't have them wired up. Maybe one day I will. So you come this way. it's a lot of fun switching this over here. We'll do some videos eventually of some switching over here. So I'll have several industries back here. The main one is Jet Cycles, and that one is going to be Wolf Medical, but that does not get any deliveries. Jet Cycles basically is they make bicycles. So it was named for a friend of mine from church. He loves to cycle, so I thought I'd honor him and name an industry after him that makes bikes. Have a little scene here. I've got a lot. This is where it really gets incomplete, but I got some details, a construction thing going on here, whatnot. This is New Mexico Street, so what will be here will be Bruisers, You Pull It. Basically one of those places where you need a part for a car, that you go in, they got all these sorts of junk cars. You go find out the part, you pull it, whatever, and you pay for it. So that's going to be right here eventually. And we have Emerald River. Again, a lot of stuff. This is going to be a lot of work left here to do, but we'll get eventually. And I come over here, and this is going to be a neighborhood, Ellison Hills. I have the houses. I just have to redo this area, clean it up. And I come around here. I have a little lift out gate here. And then it comes back onto the other side of the yard. I'm going to have an Amtrak station. It's just, I kit bashed an M shack. I'm waiting. I had an electro frog diamond there, and I realized I got the wrong one. It basically shorted out because I didn't wire it right. So I ordered me a Unifrog, and I'm waiting for it to come in. So basically the idea will be, there's a rail museum here, along with the Amtrak station that will be here, which is just an AM shack. And we have this line that goes right here, and it will cross and go off that way. It's going to go to my sand mine. It's going to go back into where the where I'm going to have my staging yard, and that's going to have a helix back there. And it's eventually going to come up to here, and this is going to be a sand mine, basically for fracking sand. So that it'll be a cool little, job to get up here and take empties and come back down with a full cars of fracking sand. And these two traps will eventually come in here, there'll be a switch. And once I get this mess cleaned out, there'll be several other industries under here, a chemical plant and to make phosphoric acid, and a cookie bakery. So that's pretty much the overview. And you have my other side of US 27, which is covered in stuff. And I've got so much work to do in the layout. I also have again, don't mind the mess, I have a basic Tyco. It's just my DC layout. I can run my engines that are DC. I got to get all my Tyco engines tuned up to make that. So, okay, so now let's talk about the giveaways and everything else.